guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel ECE tutorial. So in the last video I have told you that I'll be going to do a video on science topic, right? So today I have brought you a topic on science, that is mechanics, the first chapter. So first let us learn the basic definition which is required to this chapter. So first is physical quantity. So physical quantity is the one which can be measured is called a physical quantity. So any quantity which can be measured like length, mass, time, weight, these are all physical quantities. Unit means the standard quantity in term of physical quantity is measured. Mean and it is a standard quantity which can of which a physical is measured. Mean any physical object if you take like if you can take an length. So length is measured in terms of meters or centimeters, so that is called as an unit. That those meters and centimeter is called as an unit. Then types of unit, there are two types, that is fundamental unit and derived unit. First is fundamental unit. So fundamental units, these units are independent of each other, so they are not dependent on any other quantities or units. Mean length has its own unit, that is meter, centimeter. Mass, it has its own unit, that is kg, and time also has seconds. But if you see in derived quantities, these quantities are derived from fundamental units. Mean area, volume and velocity. If you look at these examples, area is dependent on length. Mean for finding out the area of any hall, anything, if you can take an example. So if you want to measure the area, you'll take the help of length. For measuring and volume, you take the help of mass. So for velocity, you take the help of time. So these are derived quantity units. So now looking on to system of units, there are four types of system of units. They are FPS, CGS, MKS and SI. So FPS mean foot, pound, seconds, centimeter, grams, seconds mean CGS, MKS, meter, kilogram, seconds. So these FPS, CGS, MKS, when you are solving problems, if they give an FP in the form of FPS, CGS or MKS, you will convert it to SI because it is a standard international. It is considered as a standard unit through which we solve any problems or any measurement. If you want to take, you take in terms of SI units. So in the next slide, I'll be explaining about SI units. So in SI unit, there are 7 basic quantities and 2 supplementary quantities. They are divided into 7 basic and 2 supplementary quantities. So first 7 basic quantities are length, mass, time, current, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity. These units are for length, as you know, meets meter, then for mass, kilogram, time, seconds, current, ampere, temperature, Kelvin, and amount of substance, mole, and luminous intensity is candela. This is a symbol of each unit. We know M mean kg, S, A, K, mole, and CD. So these are all the symbols for these basic quantities. So now looking on to supplementary quantities, there are only two types, that is plane angle and solid angle. For unit of plane angle is radian, and for solid angle it's steradian. The symbols are RAD and SR. These two are supplementary quantities of SI unit. So now this is the topic of scalar and vector. So let us look on to basic definition of this. First is dimension. This dimension means the power to which fundamental quantities must be raised to obtain quantity. Mean the fundamental quantities which are there, it is a power to be raised to obtain a quantity. To obtain a quantity, there must be a power. Mean for any fundamental quantities, we write like meter cube, right? Meter square. So that is a dimension of, that is meant by dimension. Measurement mean the comparison of physical quantity with standard reference of physical quantity. Mean any physical quantity if you take, mean for example length, if you want to measure a length, then in a scale, through a scale you will measure a length. So there the scale is the standard reference, then the measurement what you're taking, the object is the physical quantity. So the for everything mean, for length if you take as a meter is a standard reference to which we measure and quantity. So any object, like we use scale for measuring an object, that is the standard reference which we are going to take for our perfect measurement. Then next is least count. Least count means the smallest value that can be measured in the instrument. The smallest value that can be measured in an instrument, any instrument if you take, the smallest value that the particular instrument can measure is the least count. For example, least count in time or clock is seconds. In a clock we measure the maximum smallest value we can measure, mean that is seconds. In a common scale, in a normal scale, we'll measure millimeter is the least count which we can take. So now let us look on to vernier caliper. Vernier caliper was invented by Pierre Vernier. So now we can see the diagram of the vernier caliper, how it looks. So the labeling shows this shows the upper jaws and this is the lower jaws, and this is the screw clamp and vernier scale and the main scale, and this is the depth. This instrument is used for measuring the depth of the and in any instrument. Okay, so now I am going to take an example of any cylinder. If you take, how will we measure? So first let us see how to measure. And if you take an example here, think that there's a cylinder fixed. So from here to here there's a cylinder fixed. So now how will you calculate the least count? First, the value of 1 MSD by total number of vernier division. MSD mean main scale division. So this is the MSD main scale. Here in the labeling you can see here how what if you keep any object. So if you keep any object, the main scale division, here you can see on which number it points, that value have to load. Okay, so if you take here it will be 1 mm. Okay, so value of 1 MSD will be 1 mm. Then the total number of vernier division is 10. So here total number of vernier division mean the maximum in the scale till where we can measure. So that is 10. Till 10 we can measure. So 1 by 10 is 0.1 mm is the least count of the vernier caliper. For the normal vernier caliper, 0.1 is mm is the least count. And next is total reading. How will you calculate the reading of the vernier caliper? So here MSR plus CVD plus LC, which means main scale reading, plus CVD mean coinciding vernier division into LC mean least count. So least count we all know that is 0.1, and MSR mean if you keep any object, the where that points, where the main scale points, that number you have to load here. And CVD mean here you can see an vernier scale, right? So the main scale and the vernier scale where it coincides at one line, the main scale and the vernier meet at the same line, mean like this, it meets at the straight line. So that line where it points, so that is CVD. So you have to multiply it with least count and the total reading arrives. So now let us look on to screw gauge. This is also called as micrometer, which works on the principle of screw and nut. So let us see the diagram of it. So this is the diagram. So as shown in the labeling itself, the stud and the screw nut and the spindle, nut, main scale, circular, sleeve, baseline, hollow cylinder and ratchet and the U-frame. These are all the labelings, and this ratchet is used for the adjustment of the instrument between the stud and the screw between the stud and the screw will fix any object or an glass slide or an horse cylinder, anything what we want to measure. We will place it there and adjust with the using ratchet, and using main scale will measure the instrument pitch, and the total reading of the instrument will measure through that. So the formula, let us look into it. Pitch mean distance covered on the pitch scale divided by the number of rotation given to the screw. Distance covered on the pitch scale mean when you fix an object in that main scale, there will be an measurement shown, mean it can be in 5, 10, anything it can be shown. So that is pitch, and divided by number of rotation given to the screw, mean through the ratchet how many rotation will you give to adjust the instrument. Mean after adjusting the instrument, how much rotation will give. Normally you will give 3 rotations. The same way, how many rotation will you give? So that rotations you have to mention it out here. So if you divide those both, you will get the pitch value. Here the least count will be always 0.01. The same way least count mean in the last slide I have told you that least count is 1 MSD divided by the total scale division. So here also 1 MSD mean 1 mm itself, but divided by total division is, here in screw gauge it's 100, so 1 by 100 is 0.01 mm is the least count for screw gauge. So total reading, here we use the formula of PSR plus CHSR into LC. PSR means pitch scale reading. So what pitch scale mean? When you apply any object, when you fix any object, what the reading shows the length, so that is PSR. And the CHR mean, it is full form is correction head scale reading. So correction head scale reading mean HSR head scale, how much head scale you are getting, then the correction. Next I'll explain how CHSR also. Least count has it's 0.01 mm. So CHR is the error, mean when you calculate the error, right? When you take the first, when you take the screw gauge before fixing the object, there will be an error shown for you. So that error, if it is -5 HSD, then the correction of it is plus HSD. So if it is minus, it will become plus 5 HSD. That is the value of CHSR. So CHSR is, now what we have got is plus 5 HSD. So while you are calculating now, you have to calculate as 5 into 0.01 mm. So that will give, plus PSR will give you the value of total reading of the screw gauge. This is all about screw gauge. So guys, in the previous slide I have told you the basics of scalars and vectors. So in the next upcoming video I'll be telling you in the depth of scalars and vectors, and also the types of forces in it. So for that you have to subscribe and like, and also do remember to press the notification icon, the bell icon, to catch up my next upcoming video. So meet you in the next video guys. Bye bye.